making this little vlog right now. Give you a little more upset of what's going on with the Yamaha project. Yesterday I got the starter bolted down. 2 days ago I actually got it in. Got some bolts for it and ended up having the wrong size, so I had to go back and get the one. I got a few extras just in case those wasn't the right size too, and ended up being the first one that I got of those three worked. So I got it bolted down and I actually got to turn the motor over. So I didn't get to turn it over with the solenoid or the button. I had to straight it, bypass it, and hook it straight up to the starter. Because when I pressed the button, for some reason it wouldn't do nothing. So my conclusion is it could be one of several things. One, the button could be bad. This bike has been set for a while. Some of the wires do look a little corroded. And I know I was going to have a few electrical issues that I'm going to have to work around, see what needs to be repaired or replaced. So my first goal right now is to actually get it where it'll turn over from that. So it could be the button, or it could be the solenoid, or it could just be connections not, being connected right. Or it could be all three of the above. I do know it's getting power to the solenoid, because I can run the, if I jump it straight from the solenoid with a screwdriver, I can get the starter to turn over. The only problem that I noticed is it's not corroded, a little corrosion on it, so when I touch it with a screwdriver, I have to wiggle the screwdriver around a little bit just to be able to get enough conduct to actually get the starter to actually turn over. So I'm gonna have to clean the terminals and everything on that. No big deal, but I need to do that just to be able to test to see if the solenoid is good or bad. That way I can also find out if the button actually works. There is a possibility that I may need to clean or replace the button too, which I'm definitely going to be cleaning all the electricals, making sure I get everything where it's organized and right. The guy I bought it from, which is dating my cousin, and me and him ended up becoming real good friends. He bought the bike just shortly after they started dating, and he ended up finding a running bike, so which is really, really nice. So he's decided to get rid of it. Let me know about it. So I got it. And of course the park bike too, which is park bike is already becoming really handy because I'm able to see what is missing off mine and what these repair was, even though there's a lot missing off the park bike. I can get it up and running. Right now I'm stripping it down to decide what I'm going to do. I may keep the parts that I need and turn around and sell the rest. I haven't made a complete decision on that one right yet. I am thinking that the CDI box is probably going to have to be replaced when I get everything in there where it's supposed to be. I have noticed that I don't know if they was painting the frame, because I do know there's paint on places that shouldn't have paint on it, and it don't look like they marked things off good. And that was one of the parts that had it. When I was cleaning the electrical connectors to it, just getting it unplugged with the tape, I had to slowly work around, and that connector itself probably ended up having to be replaced. It's kind of looks like it's kind of corroded, dried probably from the paint, besides old age. Now the one that's on the 80, that Maxim, that's a 650, now those wiring harnesses are pretty much the same wiring harness. It's just a little difference in the motor and the sizes. A lot of that can be interchanged. So if worst comes to worst, I can use the wiring harness off of the 650 and put it on there and use it on the 750. So it looks really, really good. All the connectors seem to be fine. All I'd have to do is go through the hassle of pulling the wire off, and pretty much I know how to do that, since I had to pull the wire off of the 650 to finish doing the tear down on it. Now, there are a few, I think the linker relay, that's probably going to have to be replaced. Then there's a few other connectors that looks corroded, so I'm going to have to check and see about doing if they can be clean and working. A lot of it probably have to replace as far as relays. So I know a guy I bought it from, he's had it in a garage. So the time he cited it was in a garage, and he said the guy he bought it from had it in a garage, but I don't know how many hands these has changed before it got into my possession. And you know how it's been stored. I just know how he's done it. He told me what he knows about it, which he wasn't even sure if it was an 82 or an 83. He said the parts spike he believed was an 80. So I run the serial numbers on it, and sure enough, parts spike came up with 80, and I found out the other one was an 83 Midnight Maxim. As far as I can tell, the difference between the Midnight Maxim and a regular Maxim is the front disc has 2 rotors, while the other one only has 1. I could be wrong. Y'all, anybody in there can easily correct me on that. The 750 is what I'm focusing on getting running. Then I'll decide what I'm going to do with the 650. Like I said, I may end up tearing it down, sell the parts off of it that I don't use, sell the frame, and use that money to actually go into the 750 to finish fixing whatever I need. I do know there's parts that I need to be lubricated and restore, because it's definitely has not been turned over in a while. And when I put the starter and jumped it and hearing that thing turn over and it being as free as it was, I was really happy. So I think it's got pretty good compression. Of course, it didn't try the crank, nothing like that, because I didn't have all the electricals. I did try see if I had a little spark, and I don't think I got electricity going to everything. I do got a tester that I just bought. I got a spark plug tester somewhere in my toolbox, and I went ahead and bought me a new one because I don't know where it is. It may take me a while to dig it out, and then again I might get in there and open up my toolbox and there to be. Well, I don't have a toolbox, I actually have the tool bag, and which the tool bag is actually really handy, but it has its cons and pros. The pros is you're able to carry all your stuff, and it can be pretty lightweight and still durable. Cons on that thing though is you have to dig for everything. It's not like a hard toolbox where you can have a section for every bit of your tools. Yeah, it does have little slots where I can put screwdriver and stuff, which I've noticed even certain wrenches I'll put them on there and they'll end up falling off in there, and I'll have to dig through them. And some of the tools I got are kind of sharp, pointy, especially like the testers and stuff. Yeah, I've had them try probing me quite a few times. Oh man. But Yeah, just coming back from the store, and I got a few parts from the motorcycle and a few stuff for other stuff, just so I can test more on the electrical components to see if it's going to be good or not. There's a Jeep there behind me, and I swear it looks just like my daddy. You know what? I believe that is my daddy behind me. But yeah, I'm heading home now, and I'm gonna see what else I can do. I got a few things that I'll be showing y'all where I'll be able to test the lights and see if the indicators do until my actual indicators come through. I've actually going to use these on a different project, so I'm just going to rig these up. Nothing going to be really fancy about it, but it'll help me see if my indicator lights will actually work or not, and then I can see if that part works, which would be really, really good. If the relay works, although I gotta say, looking at it, it's probably going to be corroded enough where I'm going to have to replace it. And I have several choices. I can go on that way. I can get a factory one, or I can do like I did on my Honda Nighthawk, which I've actually used a car one instead of the factory one, because it was cheaper. But I have found an advantage with the type I put in there is I'm able to use the regular LED aftermarket lights and didn't have to put an extra relay on and make it actually blink the way it's supposed to, so that will end up being an advantage. I didn't even realize it was going to do that when it did. I just wanted to be able to people see me how it turns. So I may end up doing a similar thing to that on the 750. I'll figure that out when I get to that point. Right now I want to see if I can get that solenoid, see if I need to replace it. More likely, looking at it, I mean, clicks and everything like that, I got a suspicion that I'm going to have to replace it. That ain't going to be no big deal. The button switch, I'm still not exactly sure if it works or not. When I press it, the light dims like it would if it's going to crank, but it don't show no signs that it's actually going to the solenoid itself. So I won't know that until I actually tire into it, take my tester and test all the electricals going in and out and see if it's actually working. The headlights dim, stuff like that. The horn, I noticed it doesn't work, blow, and that could be just connection straight to the horn, because like I said, I know it's been set for a while. I don't know how long it's been set and not running before I got it. Let's see. I think the guy I bought it from has had it for less than a year before I got it, and he had plans on fixing it until he found the other bike, and so he pretty much lost interest in it after that, he said. And I've actually been wanting, for one, I wanted a bigger bike. My Honda Nighthawk is a 250. It's the one I got, learned how to drive, and got my license and everything on. And that's actually my pride and joy too, because I actually bought it really, really good price from my uncle, who fried the wirings on it, putting truck lights on it because the lights went out. So he burned the wiring up, so I got it for nearly nothing. Learned a lot of stuff about motorcycles on that. Totally rewired it, and during the time rewiring it, I found out why the headlights didn't work. All that burning wires, and all the problem was is the fuse blowed. So he messed the wiring up on it. I could go on the storyline on that all day long. But yeah, I got it all wired, rewired, got it running. I don't know what he ever done with the speedometer. I had to get another speedometer and stuff like that, get it ready. I think I drove it for nearly a year, maybe even a little bit longer than that, because I had to get all the parts just to be able to actually do it, and take my test to get my license. And yeah, that's a huge transformation. I will do a video on that, showing pictures of it, the way it was and the way it is now. Is huge. I mean, it started out red and now it's black. Nighthawk black at that. So that will be that'll be a video on its own. I don't know when I'll do that, because all I got is pictures of what I took here and there, so it's going to be one of the picture videos, pretty much me talking about what I did, how I did it. Here I am rambling on about other stuff. So I do have other projects going on, like the car that I'm in. I do have to have parts that I need to replace. I got them. I just, the weather has been so bad here. I hadn't had clear time to really work on it good, or time. I know if you ever watched the very first episode of the Yamaha project, you will see that I said that I was working 2 jobs at the time of doing it, which now I'm back to just 1 job, because when I had the 2 jobs, they cut the hours back so much that my daytime permanent job, and I just wasn't getting enough hours, so I had to do stuff to be able to get a little bit more money. But now we're back into regular 40 hours, and soon we'll be getting into our busy season, which I'll be getting a lot of overtime, which I'll have to work my way in on the working on the motorcycle and stuff like that, which I'm hoping by then I'll be driving it back and forth from work and being able to do other stuff. Well, I've been rambling on long enough about this, so just want to give an update, a little vlog. Y'all can actually see my face and what I look like. So I'll see y'all in the next video.